welcome to another day of adventures with Wes and Jeff. We are in Katmai National Park, and that is just outside of King Salmon, Alaska. And these are float planes that are transporting folks from King Salmon, where you come in off the airplane at Alaska Airlines or Raven Airlines, and you come out here to where the Bears are at Brooks Camp at the National Park. We took the actual water taxi that comes every other hour over here to Brooks Camp. Had to go through bear school. We've already graduated from bear school on educating us on how to be around the bears and to be on the lookout for them. We're always looking over our shoulder, making sure that we are safely away from the bears and that they are protected, because that's a very big thing here. But this plane is getting ready to take off. It's probably a 10-passenger, 8-passenger pilot, and there's one actually landing right there. But this is all Katmai National Park in the surrounding area. It's a little over 4 million square acres, so it's a very large park. But the main attraction is the bears, to trying to get the salmon out of the falls here. So up there, it looks like he's going to be taking off. That looks like one off. We got like 3 or 4 going on at the same time. Of course, this one right here is being boarded, so it's kind of it's a high traffic area right now. It is a major airport. We're on the platform. We're going out to check out the bears, but I wanted to show everyone all of the fish. Look at the school of fish, all the salmon that's coming up this creek, up to this falls. But they're just hundreds of them, and there's a couple guys catching fish right here, and we've been watching them catch and release. They're having a good time. I have a float plane coming in here. Just so much activity going on. There's the float plane, and then there's a bear. There's a bear out there just swimming up the stream. And we're supposed to, I took the bear school, so we are not supposed to stop on this platform. So I apologize for being bouncy. There's a big bear, and he is swimming, checking out, trying to find some fish. I'm gonna get a picture of this float plane landing over here. So all this activity is kind of fun. Talk to him. This is in the wild part of Alaska. This is exactly why we came, is just to check out the bears. Look at this guy just swimming over there. Just swimming like he knows what he's doing. Just like our dogs, they know how to swim very good. He's a good swimmer. He got all this activity. We're trying to be good stewards of nature and let him go about his business and not interrupt him at all. But he's looking for fish, and they're everywhere. Katmai National Park on July the 26th, 2022. We have probably about 35 bears in Brooks Falls fishing for sockeye salmon. So the run is a little later this year, so this is a good time for them to be fishing. This is in the evening, around 9:30 in the evening. Stays much lighter later. So, bears are still fishing. We got him. Oh, we caught one. Oh, I think I got it on film. That's great. It's hard to catch it actually on film, so we have caught that one. That's good. They're starting to run a little bit heavier, and they're starting to, these bears are hungry. They're still getting their salmon. So, some of them share, most of them don't. They want to intimidate the other ones to give them their catch. So this is live action of some bears here at Katmai National Park. Whatever you're doing today, get out and enjoy the great outdoors. It's a beautiful place. All of these people are here at sunset at Katmai National Park just to witness this amazing fishing expedition of these brownies, or grizzly bears here in Alaska.
funnel the wind, which means that every time we get a good wind going, it picks up all that super light ash and pumice and basically sandblasts the valley again. So whenever anything starts to struggle to grow up, it just gets beaten right back down. Everything sort of continues there. When we go hiking down, you'll see more of that cryptobiotic soil, and we'll stay off of it. We'll stick to the trail and not go up on these side bends. You'll also see some more what we call social trails that we're trying to let recover. So please just stick to that main trail and let those other areas recover. But yeah, so when this park first began, this was actually what people were coming for. This was the initial draw. So the eruption happened in 1912. Everybody was evacuated and basically relocated, mostly down to Perryville, named after the captain who rescued them, which was Captain Perry. And for a while, it was just uninhabitable. There were reports of bears being blinded. The salmon run was wiped out for several years. It took, I think, more than a decade for it to recover back to pre-eruption numbers. And then National Geographic funded an expedition led by botanist Robert Griggs to come basically study the revegetation of the area. And Griggs did that thing that rangers and hikers and all sorts of curious people do, where they go, I just want to see what's over that one more hill. I want to go around one more corner. Let's just go around this bend a little further. And eventually they came into this valley and saw what he called 10,000 smokes, which is how this valley gets its name. And he thought that it was basically the next Yosemite or Yellowstone. He thought this was going to be the next big thing that people were going to want to come and study for just decades to come. And he petitioned the president to protect it. And so this became a national monument simply to protect it. Now you'll notice there's slightly fewer than 10,000 smokes right now, and that's because he was wrong about what was causing them. What it actually was all that superheated gas and ash came down and essentially boiled the rivers dry. Now, when you boil water, steam comes up, it has to go somewhere, so it came right up through the ash, and we had all these tiny little steam vents, and those are called fumaroles, and that was what he was seeing. So we had 10,000 fumaroles. Now, when the water goes back down to a liquid state, we stop getting all that steam, and the steam vents go away, and we don't have any.